Hello, everyone, and welcome to Brain Wellness, the Secrets to Longevity. I'm Gary Anaka, Brain Coach, and this is workshop number 5. I'm really excited to have you along with me today to complete our list of 24 lifestyle considerations. And today's workshop, I'm sure you're all going to be interested in because it's about working memory and health and happiness. So before we start, I want to give you a memory trick. Have you ever been walking along somewhere and someone asks you, well, where's City Hall here in Lloydminster? Where is it? And they go like this, it's over there. They scratch their head. They scratch their head, or maybe you've done that. So why are we doing that? That is a memory retrieval technique. So here's one that's more conscious. I want you to take 3 fingers like this, either hand, and you warm them up in the palm of your hand like this. So what happens is when you would really need to remember something and you can't remember, you put 3 warm fingers right over your right eyebrow and you take a few deep breaths. And you know what? Your memory will return. It's up to you. You have to try that. It's a really good one. And if you know anyone who's taking a test, and perhaps you have taken a test, of course, yourself, did you ever blank out on the test? Did you ever freeze? Did your brain freeze on you? Yes, it did. We've all experienced that. What is that? That's downshifting of the brain. The brain's cortisol is pumped into your hippocampus, and you cannot remember the answer to that question. So what you do is you take either hand and you just tap with your hand like that. That's wonderful memory retrieval. Just like now, you don't do this while you're driving, okay? This is a more sedentary thing, okay? Great memory retrieval. You use either hand, just very gently tap and take a couple of deep breaths and allow the brain to remember for you. So, okay, those are some tips to start today. Now, if you recall, last workshop, we always had a test. So here's your test for the day. True or false? First question, is multitasking good for your brain? Well, not really. Multitasking is, in many cases, making you less productive. What you're doing is multi-switching, and that's very hard on your brain. That particular way of living is called decision-making fatigue. We don't want that. 2, electronics are okay in the bedroom. No, bad news. You don't want any electronics in your room at all. To stay away from those electromagnetic frequencies, especially cell phones under the pillow. No. So number 2 is no. The brain needs safety. That is absolutely true. We have to feel safe all the time for our brain to function normally. Next question, reading grows dendrites. Yes, it does. So one of the best ways to do that, because when you read something, especially something that you're reading is new, you will form new dendrite patterns in the brain. And our last question for your quiz today is, predictions engage your brain? Absolutely, yes, they do. Predictions are wonderful, and I've encouraged you to embrace a lifestyle of making predictions and asking questions because that keeps your captain, your prefrontal cortex, alive. If you recall, when I told you when we started that it is the front of the brain that unravels first as we get past age 30, and we don't want that to happen. So I think of the 6 questions or 5 questions here today, everybody probably got them right. So everyone in Lloydminster is getting an A today on their review quiz, which is great. Okay. The other day we got to number 18, and today we're going to continue on with number 19, which is called cognitive capacity. Now, I hope everybody has their pens and pencils, right? We're going to continue our list here. How do you keep your brain healthy, active, and vital? How? Working memory. Now, here's a story that'll blow you away, okay? I am a specialist in learning assistance in school systems, okay? A couple years ago, a research outfit in the United States sent out a little survey, a 1-question survey to specialists like me all over the United States and Canada. And the question was really simple. How come some people can't read very well? Well, they got a plethora of different educational answers. And after it was all collated, everybody got it wrong. All of the experts, because we did not realize that reading is totally dependent on how well your memory works. So that's what we're going to focus on today. Okay. Memory. What is memory anyway? What is it? It's a stored pattern of connections between neurons in your brain. Stored pattern connections. What connections? Dendrites. Okay. Memory is an active, living, constructive process. Remember how people used to tie a string on their finger to remember something? Question is, do you own a cell phone? Do you go shopping with a cell phone? That's a good question. Today, are we losing our ability to remember? And the research says, yes, we are. We must exercise our frontal lobes to maintain our ability to remember. It's very, very important. Okay. So what is behind memory? Really simple, really simple. How well can you focus, focus, focus? Folks, I think you know we live in a time of distraction. The age of distraction has us all wrapped up doing all kinds of different things all day long, and we lose our ability to focus. So focus takes practice. It's a learned skill. You have to relearn how to do this. Practice, practice, practice. Okay, there's lots of evidence from the Middle Ages in Europe where people could remember a 500 or 600 word speech, no problem at all. Just reel it off, word after word. I don't think we could do that now. So we need to practice. So what I've prepared for you today is this. Could you please, well, you don't have to write anything down. Let's just look at this. I'm going to show you a picture of a room. Okay, here's a picture of the room. And what I would like you to do is just take a look at this room for a second. Okay, and observe what you see. Okay, so I'm going to blank this out and I'm going to ask you some questions and see if you can get the answers for these. Oops, sorry, here's the blank out here. What color was the chair? Number 2, was there a lamp? Yes or no? Number 3, was there a globe on the mantelpiece? Number 4, what's the name of the bookstore? And number 5, how many pillows were on the chair? Okay, so here we go. The answers were, the chair's blue. Yes, there's a lamp up there on the bookshelf. There is a globe. On the chalkboard to the left, you see Otter Creek. It's the name of the bookstore. And there's 2 pillows on the chair. Okay, so now this is a wonderful memory technique practice. Find a picture anywhere, any place, a picture. It works really well if you have 2 people and you both look at it. Then one person says, okay, you look away and I'm going to ask you 5 questions. And those are big general questions. When we look again, you take a few seconds and look at it, and then you get really more specific questions. Example, what were the bookends on the right side of the page? Is there a book on the floor by the leg of the chair? What are the hours of the bookstore? And so you go down, 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 down in detail so that you are learning to focus, okay? So you can do this anywhere. It doesn't cost anything. You just need a picture. You can do it yourself or you do it with another person. Great memory technique. So I want to share with you, when I worked in Australia, in the Northern Territory, that's right at the top of Australia, I taught a lot of Aboriginal kids. And these kids were born and raised in the bush. And they came into town to do some education. And so I got talking with them. I said, who was teaching you guys when you were out there? You know, you're 5, 6, 7 years old. You didn't go to school. You're in the bush. Grandma. Oh, what did Grandma do? Grandma would take us to the bush. Now, if you go to the Northern Territory of Australia, there are ants everywhere, ants and termites. You just everywhere. They just are living with you. You live with them. So Grandma would take the boys out, and she had a little bit of flour, and she would put some flour on that termite, and then she would say, now that's a white termite, and all the rest of them are black. Now I'm coming back in 5 minutes, and you're going to show me that termite. And she would disappear. And those boys had to focus as this little critter walked all over the place with thousands of other ants, and they had to show grandma where he was at the end of 5 minutes. And then she would increase that and increase that. And it's the same principle here of looking at a picture and forcing yourself to go down, down, down at smaller details, okay? That's the room. That's a wonderful way, you call it the picture if you like, a wonderful way of increasing your memory, okay? Now I'm going to show you a couple other ways to increase your memory. Skill building practice. You need to work with words. Vocabulary, okay? So the first game is you find a word, you jumble up the letters and see how many words you can make from T-R-A, okay? T-R-A. I can make 3, so I'll give you a moment, see if you can make 3 words from those 3 random letters. You have to use all 3 letters. Okay, that's good. I hope no one's looking at their neighbor. You should be able to come up with rat, tar, and art. Okay, got it. Okay, here's the second one just to try. T-A-E. See if you can find 3 words for that one. Okay, let's see what you found. Eat, ate, and tea. Very good. Give yourself scores if you have got those big check marks. So I'm going to just do one more to show you. Here's the word post. Can you use all the letters to make 4 other words? So what's going on right now in your brain is there's plenty of activity in your vocabulary pathways. Wonderful, because we know all of these words, but we don't use them. We don't use words. They're stored in our memory banks and don't come out. So for post, you could have come up with the word stop, tops, pots, and ops. Okay, now a variation of this is very simple. If you see at the top of my screen the word practice, all right, so I say, how many words can you make from the word practice? Even though you don't use all of the letters, see if you can make a couple dozen words from that word. So by breaking words down, putting them back together again, that's building your memory. Okay, now that's one skill to work with words. Here's the other skill. We don't have time today to do it, but I'm just going to show you how this works. Numbers. So you're working with letters and numbers. Okay, here's number 518. Someone says this to you and you repeat it forwards and backwards. Okay, 518, 815. Then you go to 4 digits, forwards, backwards. Then you go to 5 digits, forwards, backwards. And you know what strikes fears in people's hearts? If I put up phone numbers, okay, 1 phone number, got to remember it. 2 phone numbers, I hear this constantly. Oh, no phone numbers. I don't like phone numbers. I said, you have just wrecked your memory. You have just wrecked your cortisol has pumped into your hippocampus and you won't be able to do this. So please understand, work with pictures, work with words, work with numbers to rebuild your memories. Okay? No charge, no cost. Practice, 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 because memory is a living entity. Okay? Don't rely so much on your cell phone. All right. Okay. Number 20. We're trying to get to 24 in our series today, and these are the biggest players that I can offer you. And the first one is called virtues. Now, if you recall a few workshops ago, I was showing you brain scans that were very smooth and very symmetrical and even. They looked really cool. Okay. You know what the scientists call those? They call them beautiful brains. Beauties, beauties. And Dr. Amen told a story. He said, well, we've done over 100,000, was 160,000 now is the actual number, 100,000 brain scans. And we know that some brains are beautiful beyond description compared to all other brains, male or female, any age. These brains are beautiful. Why? Because these people are grateful. Gratitude is a virtue that really, truly runs your life. If you're a grateful human being, what am I grateful for in my life? It will affect your brain's output and activity and your life. So this is what I recommend. Start a gratitude journal. All you need is a scrapbook or a little journal book, and every single night before you go to bed with a pen or pencil, you write, I am grateful to live in Canada. I am grateful for something to eat today. I'm grateful for my friends. Over and over again, every single day, you write down 2 things that you're grateful for. Now, Dr. Amen makes this incredible prediction. He says, after 30 days of taking a person who starts a gratitude journal, we can see changes in the brain immediately. The whole brain becomes prettier, as they say. Wonderful. And the other wonderful virtue that goes with this is called optimism. What am I optimistic about? What am I looking forward to? Am I thinking about the future, not reminiscing in the past? I remember fondly once in a senior's home in Kamloops, and I had lunch with 3 men. They were in their 70s, and all 3 of them had Alzheimer's disease. And I just listened to the conversation at lunch, and it was all about the past, way, way back in the 40s and 50s. And afterwards, I said to one of the workers, I said, that was very interesting having a meal with those 3 Alzheimer's fellows. He said, that's the same conversation they have every day. They repeat the same conversation over and over and over again. So stay away from the past, folks. I mean, it has its purpose, but stay focused in the present. Okay. Next one, attitude. Okay. Positive affirmations. What does this mean? It simply means this. Can you make up something like a sentence every day in every way? My brain's getting healthier and healthier. And you repeat it 20 times a day, 30 times a day. Every day in every way, my brain is getting healthier and happier. You repeat it over and over and over again every day. So sometimes I say some of these affirmations 200-300 times a day. Okay. So how does this work? Let me explain this to you. If I had the attitude of that I'm a kind and loving person, those thoughts go into my brain. Those loving thoughts affect the chemistry of my brain. That goes into the blood, and the blood goes everywhere in my body, and it affects my health. Kind and loving thoughts affect my health. Or if I was fearful or angry, those thoughts go into my brain. They affect the chemistry and the blood goes through my body, and I have stress or ill health. So in other words, your thoughts create your reality. Your thoughts affect the chemistry affects the condition of your health. Thoughts are powerful, very powerful. Okay. Heal your toxic beliefs. Boy, oh boy, as a senior, you hear this all the time. I can't do this. I can't do that. This won't happen. I might get dementia. I might get Alzheimer's. You have to get rid of those toxic beliefs and replace them with more positive affirmations to change the chemistry of your brain and improve your life. Make your brain more beautiful with positive affirmations. Okay. Number 21. Believe in your brain. Okay? Your brain changes every single day. And it's that plasticity. Folks, believe in your brain. I know the greatest gift that you've been given as a human being, not a brain, is that you have the ability to change. You have the ability to change. Okay? Why? Because your brain is plastic. And that is a wonderful gift from nature. Absolutely wonderful. Okay? Number 22, please pay attention. Pay attention. The best diagnosis is your diagnosis. Neurological degeneration is easier to prevent than repair. That's what we have going for us now. In the world today, 2020, there are tens of millions of people with dementia and Alzheimer's disease and other brain diseases. We have to stop this great wave of dementia, and we're going to have to do it, each and every one of us, by ourselves. Okay, we have to prevent instead of repair. Okay, because prevention is the key. And there's that magic word, yes. When you say yes, you get serotonin for sure. Okay. Big player, number 23. And I know seniors have trouble with this. It's called change. Change. Okay. Are you stuck in comfort? Okay. That's a good question. Are you comfortable doing the same thing all the time? Do you have the same macaroni casserole on Friday night? Do you do the same thing on Saturday morning? Is your routine pretty predictable? That's a problem. Okay. Because if you can change something, even at the smallest level, change means growth. Change means growth. Okay. Imperative for human survival. Avoid the plague of ordinariness. Do something new. Okay. Very, very important that I'm hoping you got this message from me today all the way through these workshops, is that change is good and change is very, very important, because if you learn that change is the secret, this is the magic secret, then welcome it. Create change. In the present time of our evolutionary history, all of humanity is going through some big changes. All of us are. And what a wonderful time right now to make some changes while we are all grounded in our own environments. What a wonderful time to make changes. Create some change, welcome some change. Okay. If you're changing, you're caring. If you're changing, your brain is responding in the heart, and the heart is providing for you health and happiness. That's the goal, health and happiness. Okay. Number 24. I'm so excited to put this up for you, because for the first time this year, I went to a big seniors conference. I was a keynote in near Vancouver. And the first time ever, I heard another speaker on Alzheimer's disease say this. Number 24, the biggest player of them all. Why do people get Alzheimer's? I mean, what's the energy behind everything? It's this: purpose. Purpose. Okay? It's the great mystery of life. Why are we here? Who are we? We're here to experience and grow and learn as human beings. It's the mystery of life. Okay? So be engaged with life. One of the greatest things that you can do as a senior is to volunteer. Once you are in your final years of life, help someone else. This is so important. Volunteers have fantastic brains because their brains are engaged and they're healthy. The heart is healthy. Everything is working for you, engaged. Folks, this is called spiritual wellness, and that is lacking in today's world. We are spiritually unwell society. We are disconnected from the earth, and we need to be serving the world. That's the key. When you're serving, your brain is healthy. Your brain is healthy. Okay, what's missing? Connection with the earth. As I said, folks, I think the present situation in the world today is making us think more about the earth, making us connect more with the earth, making us more down to earth and human, connecting with each other. That's very, very important. So now I've given you the list of 24. So this is your homework for today, or partial homework. I want you to look at the 24 and you circle one or two and say, I really need to work on that. I really need to work on creativity, or I really need to drink more water, or I've got to drink some more, or eat some more fat. Don't drink fat. And that's your purpose, to find out how it's going. Okay, so staying sharp, grow those dendrites. Build neural pathways. Remember, the pathways are all those neurons and dendrites all connected up together. And learn, and keep on learning. Learn, keep on learning. That's the message. But in Canadian society, there's a problem. Here's the problem. Common sense. We seem to be missing this. I know there are no vitamins available that'll give you common sense. You get this from your experience so that you become wiser and make good decisions. Common sense. Okay, get sleep, proper diet, etc. We've talked about these things. Okay, your homework for number 5, very simple. Start a gratitude journal. And if you haven't done so, it will cost you nothing. You just have to start with a piece of paper and away you go. Okay, start your gratitude journal. So in conclusion to what we've been talking about, I always have a final quiz for the entire 5 lessons. And what I'm going to do is ask you a question and you're going to answer in your mind or out loud, yes or yes. You should be doing very well on this final quiz after 5 lessons. Quiz. Do you want to grow your brain? Yes. Do you want a healthy brain? Of course, yes. Do you want good memory? Yes. I'm going to practice tapping and focusing. Do you want brain power? Right, I can feed my mitochondria. Do you want brain vitality? Yes, I don't want to lose my focus. I don't want to decline in any way. Happy, healthy future? Of course I do. Okay. Are you responsible? Uh-oh, there's the biggest question of this workshop series. Are you responsible? Yes, you are. And I hope no one has said no. You are responsible. But please, folks, please don't wait. Don't wait. You are the architect of your own brain, and you have to do something now. You have to act now, because this workshop will just soon fade out if you don't move towards some kind of involvement on that list of 24 things that we've given you. Okay, so I'd like to share with you that I have written quite a few books. This is the book called The Senior Brain Book, and you can get it electronically, or you can email us and we will send you one. So if what we're going to do is we're going to forward after this, there will be a little script on how you can contact me, and you can buy it from us and we'll mail it to you. Okay. It's $15 only for the book and $5 for shipping, and you'll have it. We'll mail it right to your house. Okay. We'll do that for a total of 50 books. So I won't be totally swamped by 5,000 books, and that will be good. Okay. And you will find a text here. Now it's a little survey. And this survey is brought to you by the Lloydminster host and hostesses who are putting this on. And they really are encouraging you to take the survey. And let's give some feedback to see how you enjoyed this workshop. I know you thought it was great, but I just don't want to influence your answers. Do the survey, and the folks in the City Hall will really appreciate it. So I hope you enjoyed this series. I'm trying to make it meaningful and practical without any overwhelming neuroscience that you can't understand. Enjoy your brain.